Hello, this is Chaneta, author of How to Have This and That, and my new book, Awake, Aware, and Conscious Secrets to Manifesting Your Dreams. So let's talk about how every day is Judgment Day for most of us. Do you spend your days judging people from the time you wake up in the morning, all during the day, up until the time you fall asleep at night? You're still judging people, things, and situations. And then you start, and I do sometimes do, your day all over again, judging people from the time we get up in the morning and we set up our days for non-empowering thoughts that do not benefit us. I mean, seriously, we occupy our minds and time with judging people and situations. It's a constant negative blah, 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 chitter, chatter going on over and over in your mind. Don't we get tired of the negative flow of judgments all day long? Just thinking about it is energy draining. First thing upon opening our eyes, we start the judgment dialogue. We say, I can't believe somebody did so and so to me. And then we plot how we're going to get even with that person. Oh my God, did you hear what the news just reported? And off we go, adding our judgments and assumptions to the stories. I think that's depressing and it's energy draining, don't you? All that negative judging all day long in our thoughts and in our conversations with others. Truly, there's got to be another way and a better way. And of course there is, other than judging people all day long. I wonder why sometimes we feel down for apparent no reason. Now we know it could be one of the reasons. So let's leave room for empowering thoughts. Starting now, like starting in the morning with attitude of gratitude. Oh, I'm so happy. It's a wonderful day. I'm going to have a wonderful day today. I'm so full of joy, peace, happiness, health. I'm looking forward to a marvelous day. Doesn't that feel good waking up that way? Isn't it better than getting out of bed thinking, I can't believe so and so did this and this to me, or that person, or my boss said this and that, and all the negative things that one can think about when starting our days in the morning. Because when we start our days like that, everything is downhill from there. Don't expect anything different. Don't expect different results, because you haven't been changing your thoughts, changing your life. Because we spend so much time judging others, our minds have little time to occupy itself with things that really matter and things that can make a positive difference in our lives, right or right. What are some of the things that we judge people on? Their clothing, their actions, their words, their appearances, houses, cars, homes, education level, backgrounds, the kinds of jobs they have, the income level they have, and the list goes on and on. Sounds familiar to you? And man, do we feel good when we can think of some reason to look down on somebody else. If you're spending most of your thoughts on negatively judging others, when do you have time to create the reality you want, the reality of choice? And besides which, why do we judge people so much anyway? Isn't that non-empowering? Isn't that using our energy unwisely and on life-depleting thoughts? When we could use our energy to create the desired lifestyle, our desired lifestyle. Think about that. Do you wonder why we haven't created another reality? But how can you? When you're thinking the same old thoughts day in, day out, from the time you get up in the morning to the time you go to sleep at night, you cannot get another reality if you think the same way. You have to change your thoughts to change your life. The sad part is, most of us judge others on things that we've done ourselves or something very similar. But until I became awake, aware, and conscious, I was doing the same thing. And sometimes when I did become awake, aware, and conscious, I said, really, Chaneta? Haven't you done so and so before? And oh man, when someone used to cut me off in traffic, I got so mad. And then I started laughing one day. I said, really? You've done this to other people before. Now you know how it feels. And how dare you judge that person? The nerve of me, you know? As if my life has been one perfect script. But I have to tell you this story. I was working in New York and I had a good job. You know what I mean? G.O.B. just over broke, but okay. I also worked part-time for an airline for the travel benefits and for the extra pocket money. My income was good, especially for a single person. I had a fantastic savings account. I could travel first class because of the airline benefits, and I could also afford to live in some of the best hotels, shop at the luxury stores, etc., etc. I had a good life. One of the ladies that I supervised had 2 children, and she asked me to borrow $100. I remember saying to her, without knowing the details of her circumstances, thereby judging her, why is it at your age you don't even have $100 in your bank account? You don't even have $100 saved? Really? And I read her the riot act. I mean, I just told her off. And then, of course, I loaned her the money. But she said to me, you know what, Chaneta? It's easier to judge when you don't know the story or you don't know the person's circumstances. But guess what? Life is funny. A few years later, I had lost my job and I had to use all my fabulous savings just to survive. Until, of course, I got another job. At that point, I didn't even have $100 in my savings or checking account, and I had to ask family and friends for a loan to survive. So I had a flashback at the time of how I had judged this lady, not knowing her situation and circumstances, and realized, oh my God, I am in the same situation right now, and now I know how it feels. Has something like that happened to you before? Or have you forgotten a similar situation you were in and just continued judging out of habit? We do that. I think we get into the habit because it's a way of joining the conversation and bonding with others. When you talk about someone else or criticize something, most people will gladly join in. And sometimes the only way to make ourselves feel good is to look down on others, as I've mentioned before. That comes from insecurity. Sometimes we are envious or intimidated by others. We think others are prettier, richer, more intelligent. They have something we don't have that we want. And because we're jealous, we find something about them to judge. When we judge, we're only not putting negativity into our lives, we're putting negativity into the world. So instead of judging, why don't we try to understand each other, understand the situation? Instead of judging, why don't we focus on the good things in our lives, in the world, and other people's lives, so that we can what? Create more good things. Philippians 4:8, whatsoever is true, whatsoever is noble, whatsoever is right, whatsoever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. And you will manifest such things. Become awake, aware, and conscious, AAC. Because when you do, you can consciously monitor your thoughts and control them. Judgments are negative. Look for the positives. There is almost always something positive that you can find in someone, in something, and in ourselves. And you know what? We're inclined to judge ourselves harshly sometimes as well. Look for the attributes in ourselves. Concentrate on your goals and your dreams. There are a lot of positive things about you. Become aware of those lovely things. Instead of waking up to judging first thing in the morning, wake up to creating another day of lovely things by thinking of lovely things and finding and focusing on the good things in your life, in the world, and in others. The judging program is running your life and it's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you stuck in thoughts that do not benefit you. There is no room to create something new or something better if you're continuously judging people, which is a negative thing. Negative thoughts produce negative results. Matthew 7:1 says, judge not and be not judged. So stay awake, aware, and conscious, AAC, and stop judging the world. When you do that, the magic happens. I'm Chaneta. My books are sold on Amazon. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and sharing my videos with others. And thank you for being a part of my world where all things are possible. Isn't it wonderful? Yes, it is.